Chair recognizes Representative Yancey.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today I rise to encourage a yes vote to this amendment that would better support several of our state's most post-secondary education programs. Every person in our state who chooses should have the ability to receive quality higher education. And Michigan is home to some of the finest public universities in our nation. These universities offer more than just education to its students. They provide jobs to people on campus, ranging from the president of the university down to the hourly student employees. They provide networking opportunities and a chance to learn how to craft resumes, cover letters, develop interviewing skills that prepare students for the job market. They are literally the pillars in our communities. I would like to turn my focus to the pillar in my community, Wayne State University, which is located in the heart of Detroit. Wayne State University, the state's only public urban research institution, suffers a 4%, $8.2 million loss in this budget proposal, although it is a Carnegie One institution. Given that 12 of the 15 public universities see a flat budget or an increase, I am concerned that this legislature must not be aware of the tangible impact that this type of loss will have on Wayne State University, its students, and the community that it is in. Is it coincidental, I guess, I will not say that it isn't, but is it, I'm asking, is it coincidental that this is a Detroit university where many Black and brown students attend? Perhaps it's not another attack on Black and brown communities, but it sure does feel like it. This feels like another attempt to export money from the city of Detroit, one of the largest cities in this state, and might I add, this state's economic driver, only to turn right around and give it to well-funded suburban institutions. Robin Hood at least justified his injustices by taking from the rich to give to the poor, certainly not the other way around. Wayne State University has a state-of-the-art research facility dedicated to advancing science, the arts, and humanities. Research that saves lives, improves how we treat chronic diseases, and makes breakthrough discoveries resulting in longer lives and a better quality of living. Reducing funding per pupil instead of how colleges and universities currently receive resources would shortchange the schools and greatly hinder the number of services that they are able to provide to its students, employees, and the millions of people who benefit from the research these great institutions offer. Many of you have gotten vaccinations, have benefited. It was Wayne State alum who pioneered COVID-19 vaccines, current faculty who were leading and participating in vaccine trials in Detroit, and nursing and medical students who served on the front lines throughout this pandemic. But for many of these Wayne State University warriors, Michigan would be in a less favorable recovery position. They continue to be at the forefront of COVID recovery efforts, yet we are decreasing their funding. Make it make sense. Dollars and cents. As we focus on post-pandemic recovery, our state should be putting a heavy emphasis on investing more in public higher education and in partnerships between higher education and industry to prepare ourselves for the next generation economic needs. Wayne State has generated $2.5 billion in annual economic impact. That is what they have given back to our inner city. How can we expect them to continue to invest in our economic needs when they are receiving an $8.2 million cut? For Wayne State University, an $8.2 million loss means very hard decisions will have to be made. Decisions like increasing tuition for some of Detroit's most disadvantaged students, forcing them to change its mission by pricing these students out of the opportunity for higher education. This budget will force the closure and reduction of critical programs like the Heart of Detroit Tuition Pledge, which offers Detroit students the chance at 4-year tuition-free education. This budget will force the closure and reductions, this budget will also force significant layoffs of faculty and staff, most of whom reside in Detroit. Wayne State University is the 10th largest employer in the city of Detroit. Where will they work, or do we care? This budget will force drastic cutbacks in essential services. Financial aid packages will be reduced drastically, resulting in students and families facing higher costs and increased debt. This harmful cutback in state support will also lead to possible reductions in community programs designed to improve the quality of life for our residents. As we work to recover from this pandemic, Wayne State University should be providing students and community more offerings and options to help address learning losses and economic needs post-COVID. But this budget will not allow them to do that. I know we all see the value that our higher education institutions provide for everyone in this state, yet we pay approximately $42,000 per year to house a prisoner in this state, but we can't pay $27,000 a year to provide college education. Where do they do such things? I guess here in Michigan, and we wonder why we're losing residents. But this budget proposal does not take into consideration any of the mission of each of our 15 public institutions, their research portfolios, which are quite substantial, the characteristics and the range of degree programs offered, bachelor's, master's, doctoral, professional, or the diversity of the students admitted. Pell-eligible, first-generation, low-income, historically underrepresented communities. Each of us bring incredible value to the state, value that deserves to be supported. If we vote to change the way that we are funded, we need to, if we do vote the way that we vote to change the way we are funded, we need to, at bare minimum, hold all universities harmless from the potential updated funding model. I am hoping that you all will join in voting yes on my amendment, and thank you, Madam Speaker.